So, what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, you missed a big turnout. And maybe that had something to do with, well, the fact that we missed our service last week because of the ice storm, or many people couldn't make Christmas Eve. People wanted to finish the year with a service. I don't know. But usually the Sunday after Christmas, attendance is low. We call it a low Sunday, but that wasn't the case today. I don't usually do this, but let me share the words we used to start the service. To start the service today, we heard, "Unwrapped, but as yet untouched, we're not sure what to do with Christmas. Do we pass it around like cookies, or do we put it away like the decorations? Do we hang it on the wall to show it off? We come together this morning to figure out what to do. We don't want to exchange it, but we're not sure that it fits. We come together this morning to learn how to live in a Christmas world, a world where God's presence is seen, God's love is felt, and Emmanuel inspires us to care. And so, unwrapped and unready, we come together to get the most of our gift. We come together to worship. And that's what we did. We worshiped. We heard the story, well, the story that happens at the end of the pageant, you know? We listened to Luke's gospel and we heard about Simeon and Anna, who meet the baby Jesus when the baby Jesus is brought to the temple to be dedicated. Simeon, the old man, the traditionalist, because he goes to temple every day, the traditionalist old man who holds that baby and recognizes instantly that baby is the consolation of Israel, the fulfillment of all of his hopes and all of his dreams. And he embraces that baby and the change and the innovation, the promise that Jesus brings. And then we also flip to Matthew's gospel and listen to the story that happens after the birth of Jesus, according to Matthew. And in Matthew's gospel, we get the Magi who come with their gifts. But more important, they're meant to go back and tell Herod about finding the baby. They choose not to. But Herod is aware that something special has happened, something unique, some particular revelation, and it terrifies Herod. And so Herod seeks the baby to destroy the baby. And when Herod can't find Jesus, he has all of the children under the age of 2 slaughtered. We heard both of those stories. The second one, hardly a cheery Christmas type of story. And we wondered, what are they doing together in the Bible? They don't fit. It doesn't make sense for Mary and Joseph and Jesus to go from Bethlehem to Jerusalem and then back to Bethlehem and then to flee to Egypt. You can't reconcile these stories. So you're left with a sense of, well, somebody must be wrong if somebody's right, because the stories don't fit. But then we began to wonder if maybe they're companion pieces, that they're meant to be together in our Bible, that they are an invitation to us, an invitation to decide, to choose. Are we going to be Herod or are we going to be Simeon? Both old men, both traditionalists, but when God's love is revealed, when change is revealed, Herod's response, like many of our responses, Herod's is to resist, to demand that things stay the way they've always been, and to become so fanatical about that desire to keep things the way they are that he would even kill children, destroy innovation, destroy hope, ignore God's love. Whereas Simeon, also an old man and also a traditionalist, when God's love is revealed, when change comes forward, Simeon embraces the change, embraces the baby, recognizes the peace, and not only embraces the light, but becomes light himself. And he finds peace. Just to read the two stories side by side. Do we want to go through life as Herod, struggling to keep things the same and to end our lives bitter and angry? Or do we want to be more like Simeon? And when change and innovation come along, embrace it and discover there is peace for us. That love does not lie in the past. Hope is not from yesterday, but hope is present here and now. and that in embracing, we can become light bearers. We can become vehicles by which God's love is shared, and we can find peace. So that's what you missed at Jubilee if you weren't with us. We tried to figure out how we get to live in a Christmas world, and whether in 2014 we want to be Simeon or we want to be Herod. But you can read those stories yourself. You can think about them and decide for yourself. Do you want to rule or do you want to embrace? Do you want things to always stay the same, or are you willing to discover love anew? I hope we don't miss you next week, but next week is, well, it's a new year, and so everything is new. And we hope that it's a happy new year for you. God bless. Hope to see you soon.